Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, my name is Nikki, and today I want to go over something a little different than usual. I haven't really done this before, but a lot of people have been asking me to analyze a lot of matchups in this game. They've been having a lot of questions about how matchups should be played and what you should be doing to optimally defeat your opponent. And this matchup is a very common one that I get because a lot of Fulgore players seem to struggle with Sabrewulf, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of do too. I personally have never liked fighting against Wolf because his rushdown is just so effective, and he's got such great mobility as far as being able to slide under projectiles, but it really takes a certain level of concentration and even execution to be able to get the job done against this character. You'll notice a lot in this set that if it looks like there's an opportunity for me to get away, as opposed to taking my turn with a button that's normally plus on block or like a blade dash to establish some sort of mind game with pips, I'll usually just back off. Like there, instead of throwing a fireball and going for a mix-up, I chose to stay back because that's kind of the game plan here against Wolf. You don't really want to stay in his face too long because that's where he thrives. And from further away, or your full screen is Fulgore, you don't really have to give him those options. You can kind of just disable a lot of his toolkit by keeping that range. And I know a lot of people at a lower level are going to say, oh, that's cheap. You're just zoning the whole time. How is that fair? But in a competitive sense, when you're trying to win and that means the other person must lose, why would you give them any advantages? That's a really low-level mindset. A lot of the reason why this matchup is hard for Wolf is because of the projectile game. Fulgore, he does have good footsies up close, but believe it or not, Sabrewulf can actually low profile a lot of the pressure that Fulgore establishes with his crouching medium kick. He can go underneath Fulgore's stand light kick, his crouching light punch, and even his forward heavy punch with that crouching medium kick. He can avoid frame traps with it. So it's kind of risky to frame trap Sabrewulf with those buttons that you're normally using. You have to use stuff like crouch light kick, which doesn't have as good of range or plus frames on it. So it's actually very, if you're trying to frame trap Wolf as Fulgore, it's very intentional. You have to be doing it right. If you try to use stand light kick into forward heavy punch, it's probably not going to work the same way as it does against most characters. Getting into some of these matches here, you'll see I start out by usually walking backwards a little bit because I just don't want to be in his face. I'm establishing a little bit of space that you get at the start of the round, and then I start establishing the fireballs as well as the lasers. The objective here is I want him to slide at me. Slide is negative on block. It's actually punishable on block, and Fulgore can get a full punish on it every single time. And then hopefully if I get him to start locking out of my combos, then I start to get more screen. That's the objective here. Getting Wolf to the corner is good and all. I can rush him down. If I get the momentum going, Fulgore has an incredible mix-up game. But ultimately, I really want to just get the screen to myself. I want to have all this room to be able to walk back, get him to slide in, and punish him with a low laser just like that. That is ultimately your objective in this matchup. Here, I should be able to pip cancel out of that, but it looks like I might have mistimed it. And now he's going to get the pressure started, and he's going to be able to start rushing me down. And this is where things get tough for Fulgore, because this pressure is really hard to deal with. He has a DP, yeah, he can DP out of it, but the frame traps are so well strung together. This is Roman, by the way. Roman is the Wolf that is playing against me. He's super high level. He's very nasty. And this is the objective here. He wants to rush me down. Look at all that. So, plus frames into, something that's 0 on block, and then Fulgore really can't pressure afterwards. It's a very scary situation to be in. After that combo breaker, I'll use Shadow Blade Dash a lot because it has plus frames, and it also has Shadow Move priority, so it'll beat just about anything that he'll throw out at me. It'll probably even trade with a Shadow Eclipse, which is very, very good. And now, being able to have all this screen and instinct, I'm going to establish some of that zoning again. I found a heavy laser, and I tried to go in because I thought he was so used to the zoning that maybe he was going to respect the overhead, but he was able to get away from that, and he gets a huge lockout as well, and this is bad news for me. So he gets a lot of damage there, and I'm on my last leg. I'm able to cancel this to keep this DP safe. I get a conversion off of it, and I have the spacing I want, but I have to play super quickly here. I teleported to the other side. I decide to go in, and I took a huge risk. I thought maybe I was going to be in range for the crouch jab, which is +2 on block, and tick throw into the grab. I was too far away, and I got whiff punish for it. Going to be more of the same here. He's able to pull out the win there. It's a couple of unfortunate mistakes that I made. But I do end up getting a lockout here, and that fireball ender, especially the higher level fireball enders, are going to get the spacing that I need to establish more mix-ups here. And I'm going for more mix-ups when I really don't have to. I could just play safe and hang back, but the mix-ups are working, and I notice that he's having trouble blocking them because it's Fulgore, and he has very hard to block mix-ups. So I'm choosing to go for them. And now that I have the full screen, I got the wall splat, I have all of this space to work with. I'm going to try to zone a little bit more, and he's going to push me away from that corner. He's pushing me into the corner of his own. But he does find the dash through mix-up as well. That's going to hurt. He has instinct available, and he just built a bar, level 4. And now he gets another mix-up. I don't have my instinct yet. Probably looking to get rid of this life bar, essentially, before I even get that instinct. That's the ideal thing to do here. But he does give me the instinct, and I do go for a counter breaker attempt, thinking that if he doesn't break that, he will die. He chose to respect it, and look at that. The slide even low profile of the blade dash. That's an insane hitbox on that thing. And now here's more of the keep away game. I have a pip, so I'm going to pop instinct now because at least with one pip I can always pip cancel, and I'm going to use this time in between rounds to build up some more spin speed for myself, and this will give me more spin speed. I gained 4 pips just for doing that, and I'll have 5 right here. Running backwards at the start of the round, going for an air-to-air just in case he jumped, and he does manage to clip me. The fireball wasn't well-spaced enough. I could have moved back just a little bit more. Maybe like half a character length would have been good. Keeping my combo short to get the fireball ender and establish this zoning yet again. And look, there he goes with the run, trying to get in. That's desperation, and I use the low laser. It's going to stop that every single time. Find the counter breaker here. This is a lot of damage for Fulgore. This is the optimal 1 meter counter breaker combo, and he's going to be close to death. Not quite. I charge up a blade dash here to establish a little bit of a mind game, and I let go before the freeze had finished, so he actually got hit by that. The priority of the Shadow Ragged Edge did not take effect yet. I was able to go right into the Ultra and seal the deal. Going into the next match here, he's going to do the same thing. He's going to be running up on me, and I'm going to try to establish that space. I find the DP without the pip cancel early on. That requires a lot of reaction. You have to kind of anticipate it. I'm usually buffering the DP while I'm throwing the fireballs. I'm not really looking for the fireballs or even the lasers to connect that early on. I'm just kind of using them as obstacles. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually buffering the DP just in case he does jump. That way, all I have to do is tap the button. So with every fireball you see, for the most part, there's usually a DP input behind it. That's to be able to be ready for the jump if it happens. In this scenario here, I do get a lockout, and I probably could have killed him, but I chose to keep him away. I want more space, and I'm going to find a... Oh, he's going to find a counter hit here, actually. I actually could have chipped him out, and I dropped the ball on that one. This is all taken from my Twitch stream, as you can see, so the quality might not be fantastic, but this is for educational purposes. I get to waste some more time in between rounds. That way I can build up more spin speed. You always want longer combos, delayed auto doubles, delayed linkers. Get as much spin speed as you can in between rounds to build more resources for yourself. And I thought I was going to be able to build it here, and I just did off that blade dash. If I had just did it off the fireballs like I normally do, it would not have worked. But I had just enough time, just enough spin speed to be able to get the 4-bar combo there, or the 8-bar combo rather, off the Shadow Plasma into the Shadow DP. And then I established more mix-ups in the corner here. I find a counter breaker, and that is a lot of damage in the corner as well. And now I have a huge lead. I have all this health to work with, so I can make mistakes. I can afford to make some mistakes anyway. Sabrewulf needs a lot of resets here to kill me. The first life bar is whatever, but he's only got half an instinct left to deal with this second life bar, so I can kind of just chill. I'm going to use the Shadow Air Lasers here because he can't do anything about it. Moving into this next match, more of the same. I do have the score lead. I get the juggle here, and that juggle is very good to get as well if you don't have high enough KV to do a far fireball ender that sends them further away. Using the launcher ender into heavy kick, it gives them more chances to break, but as long as your juggles are well strung together, then you can usually get a heavy kick and send them just as far as like a level 3 fireball ender. It's pretty good. This is not going to work here. That's going to be an overhead on a character that was standing up. So I think that was a missed input in his part. I'm going to get the lockout here and get the kill for that. Use the launcher ender to kill. That way I can build more spin speed at the end, get an additional 3 hits. Each hit that Fulgore gets will build his reactor speed a little bit more. So that is the optimal thing to do in between rounds. If you have to use the DP ender to kill, then that's always your best option. But if you know you could use the launcher ender instead, that way you get more spin speed off of a juggle, that's the way to go. He baits my DP there, but he doesn't optimally punish it. He does find the hit in the corner, though, and this is bad news for me. A huge lockout. I'm going to be locked out for that throw, so I could not tech it at the wall. You can only throw tech at the wall if you are not locked out. Yeah, even his crouching light punch there, you saw it went right underneath my crouching heavy punch. It wasn't even a concern of his. I find the neutral jump to punish that. Get another juggle going here, and he actually breaks it. I was trying to get some space. He wouldn't let me. Neutral jump did not punish that slide. He's too low to the ground. He punishes. Okay, so I've been canceling into heavy laser a lot because as long as I have a pip, there's always the mind game that I could use the blade dash if he tries to punish it or interrupt it. That's always scary. He interrupted it successfully that time. That's really, really good. That's something you don't want to let Fulgore get away with. But it is, so it's scary in the moment because it staggers you. So He made the right call there, but at the end, ultimately got opened up by a teleport into a punish. Fulgore just has way too many tools to deal with as Wolf. Moving into the next match here. It's always going to start out the same way. He's going to be pushing me towards the corner. I'm going to be moving towards the corner to build a little bit of space if possible. I find a throw, and this is going to give me an opportunity to either go for a mix-up or to continue to zone. I chose to pressure him here. You're going to see me alternating in this set, going back and forth between rushing him down, going for a lot of plus frames and mixing him up, and also just backing off. I missed my anti-air there. I did not DP in time. I got counter hit, and now he gets the mix-up. He goes for the throw off the flip out, dash through throw. I'm going to take the throw. I block that. It's now my turn. If I ever block a Ragged Edge, it's always going to be my turn afterwards. He could try to steal his turn with a Light Eclipse, but ultimately, Fulgore gets to press a button or at least get some space and backdash or something. This is a safe jump, so I'm forced to block that. That is a guaranteed safe jump against DP characters. I could not shadow counter that because he had the Feral Cancel and the Instinct ready to go, so I did not want to risk it. I did go for a shadow counter afterwards to try to make a read, but to no avail. Catches me trying to press a button, goes for the overhead. Overheads work pretty well against me. I don't respect them a lot. I get the grab here, and I should be able to chip him out here. Just enough. Yeah, and he runs into a laser. I could have converted that. That would have been the optimal way to go. If I converted that into a combo, I could have built some spin speed. I could have had max pips. I'm going to punish that. That was definitely a mistake. Overhead. I go for the teleport. Overhead. Super hard to block. I do end up dropping the combo, but I pick up another one, and I drop the combo again. Unfortunately. Happens to the best of us, right? So it's going to be his turn after this. That's -3. He can't punish it, but he can take his turn back for free. Trying to deal with this instinct, trying to get away. Ultimately, yeah, see, I could have punished there, or I could have tried to go for an opportunity to punish, but instead I went for more screen space. That's ultimately what I wanted, is to be able to run away from this character. Okay, establishing plus frames, more plus frames, gets a counter hit conversion. I can break this. I choose not to. He drops his combo, and I try to break lights there, and since he dropped the combo, I got to throw. I reacted to the neutral jump with the DP. I just saw it just in time. Looking for that ultra. He's in danger. I'm close to danger as well. Going for a reset. Gonna give me instinct here. I managed to break that light manual on a whim. Jump back air lasers will not be enough to kill. I have instinct now. I'm gonna start chipping him. And he takes his turn back with an overhead. I had him block this single overhead the entire set. So that was the right call to make. That was really a good decision. So I noticed he's going for a lot of overheads in this set. Maybe at this point in the match, I didn't quite notice it because I'm just free to overheads in general. I usually don't care about them because, I don't know, I'm so focused on crouch blocking. It's a pretty bad habit of mine. Use overheads to open me up, people. It's going to work. I'm playing the close game here to see if I can get away with pressure. He hasn't really proved that he's using the low profile tech too much to go underneath a lot of my stuff. That was a really good backdash in the corner. My overhead was not meaty enough. I'm going to check him here, and it ends up working. I get the wall splat off the light linker, keep it safe, and I go for a throw reset off the hit stun. He was locked out, I believe, so he wasn't going to be able to try to tech that if I did do a wall splat, but I ended up going for the reset, and I got him anyway. Alright, so I get locked out here. He has a little bit of pressure on me, baits the throw, and I get the break immediately. Trying to break Wolf as much as I can. That not only builds my resources, but it gets him off of me, of course. Alright, he sees me jumping in the pre-jump frames. Gets the grab again. Tries to catch a backdash there. Didn't quite work. Using these Feral Cancels. I do end up blocking an overhead. Look at me. And he breaks my mediums. I go for heavy into medium laser a lot. Get the punish there. This is going to be a lot of damage. Level 4. 2 bars. Almost 60%, and then this is guaranteed. I actually didn't need to go into heavy laser there, but it did work that way, so fortunately enough, I got the combo and I got the ultra. Alright, the next bout here, moving forward, goes with the overhead. Fulgore is just so hard to block. I feel like, even in the mirror, I feel like I know how to fight this character super well because I've been playing as him for years. No matter what you do, it's super hard to block. I don't care if you're online, you're offline. You just can't see the teleports. You can't react to the overhead. It's just too much. He's got too much going on. Yeah, like that. That would have opened me up too. That's a crazy mix-up. The teleports are super strong. I find the neutral jump punish there on the throw attempt. He breaks the lights. He's on a little bit of life left, and I do go for a counter breaker because he just broke. I thought I sensed some desperation, but he managed to stay patient there. He's actually going to get the wall spot here and go for a mix-up. Dash through overhead. Yeah, that's going to work on me just about every time. Going to take priority over my crouching light punch with the Shadow Ragged Edge, and I'm going to use it the same way with the Shadow Blade Dash, take priority over whatever he tried to do there. and get my spin speed up here in between rounds. Look at this, level 4. Waste all that time in between rounds. Delay throw. 5 pips. I'll probably get 6. I'll be close to 7 here. 6.5, we'll call it. There's the 7th right there. Finds his way in with the leaping slash, but my pips are still building. I'm going to have 2 bars for this next round. There it is. Alright, so I get my spin speed back up using those auto triples. That's a lot of extra hits, and he'd let me get away with them, so building up the spin speed so I can get the pips ready. Uh-oh, this is a full screen conversion here. Go for an overhead reset off of that. That did not link, so it rescaled the combo. There was no scaling on that. Super cheap. Invisible overhead reset after you're staggered with like plus a billion hits done. I could have converted off that fireball there. He's going to try to get in here. That's not going to be a punish. He missed the whiff punish, though. Super scrambly situation towards the end here. I find the blade dash cancel off of the medium laser to go straight into the ultra. Textbook Fulgore cancels in neutral 101. Next match here. Start out with the jump right away, and he caught me with the eclipse. That was something he's been looking for a while, and he finally got it. Interrupted the blade dash cancel with the back heavy punch, so he's looking for those now. He's not hesitating. He's taking his turn back. As Fulgore, I can also use that against him and start going for more frame traps. I'm going to get the level 4 here. The fireball ender is going to push him super far back. I go for a throw mix-up. Got another hard knockdown. Continue to go for the mix-ups. Final level 2. Keep it going. And now I establish the zoning. I've got a nice lead here. Going to try to send him backwards. Oh, but he knew I was going to go for the light. The DP is going to get whiff punished ultimately. So even here, I do end up making some mistakes because I get a little overzealous. I try to go for too many mix-ups when I probably should go for more zoning. Interrupts that cancel. Fireball into medium laser pip cancel. Has a big gap in between it. He did interrupt it. He's been interrupting all of my gaps this entire match. I get the dash up throw to start the round. I still have my first instinct. I'm going to keep this pressure going for as long as I can. I get the manual. I get the hard knockdown. And I have all this screen to work with. That fireball is going to jail into that laser. And now I have the instinct available. This is hell for Sabrewulf. Throw some pip charges in there to get more meter. Keep my combo short. And then just get all this meter. This is really, really good for Fulgore. Now I have the hype beam available. Full meter. That means max mobility. I could have even punished with a hype beam there. But just keeping him out. Look at this. What's he supposed to do? I get overzealous. I try to dash up and throw him because that's a really strong Fulgore tactic when he has full meter. But ultimately, just looking to get these last couple hits of chip. There's not a whole lot he could do. This is going to be guaranteed chip. He was in recovery there. I don't think he could have done the shadow leaping slash. And the hype beam's going to take the chip. Moving backwards yet again, and I do land up an early throw, which is always good for Fulgore. That means he gets a guaranteed teleport mix-up. Doesn't need to always throw a fireball. Plus frames, and I went for a stand light kick afterwards. He could have low-profiled that. I wasn't establishing the crouching light kick at all in this matchup because I know it's a thing, but if I don't have to go for it, I won't. I'd rather use the stand light kick. It's +2. Crouch light kick is only like -1, so I'd rather not continue my pressure with that. I did have the pip to pip cancel that laser there and went right through the shadow leaping slash. Get as many hits as I can here and end the combo. Get some spin speed going. I have a bar. His instinct is wasting. Won't be able to stop him from getting a second instinct though. Great anti-air with the eclipse. Roman has those on point every single time. He's always like holding down and all he has to do is press up and punch. Gets the whiff punish with the standing heavy kick there. That's really strong as Sabrewulf because it brings his hurt box backwards, and he also gets a stagger for it, so he could confirm a really hard to break combo because of that. Taking his turn back, and I sensed that after that overpower, the back heavy punch, that he was going to go for the crouching light punch because that's a very common Sabrewulf tactic, and I was able to shadow counter it. And using that 2-bar combo there, I did get 47%. Big lockout on his end. Probably doesn't even need to spend any meter to kill me here. Level 4 is more than enough. Meterlessly will get the job done. But I am still going to get a second instinct here, and he's on the very end of his last. So I do have the resource advantage here. He does have some meter to work with, but I have all of this screen. Runs right into a laser. Yeah, he got very impatient, and I took advantage of that. That's really the name of the game in this matchup here, is thriving off of the other opponent's mistakes. Forcing them to get impatient on their way in. Going for another teleport mix-up here. He didn't quick rise, so I was able to just come back and be visible in time. Did not get the counter hit confirmed properly. I went into a laser. I linked into the wrong thing. Wake up DP. Hasn't really worked for me much this set, but I got one there. I might have been able to punish that Ragged Edge. I wasn't sure if it was the heavy or the medium one. Ultimately, I think a DP punish would have been safe. the safest option. He pops his Instinct off the slide, very common Sabrewulf tactic. If it's not the slide, it's Shadow Eclipse. Finds the overhead again. It's been working like a charm this entire set. I do break the heavy linker, and he does catch me in between with the Shadow Ragged Edge. That has a lot of priority. That's going to stuff just about everything I do. And I have the screen again. Buffering that DP. There you can see it again. I saw that I was going to be able to hit him. He was going for the Shadow Leaping Slash, so I just canceled right away into the Shadow to get the life bar. And with this combo here in between rounds, I'm going to be able to get all those pips back and more. So I had 4 when I started the combo. I spent them. Now I have 5. If I could have killed meterlessly, I would have, and then I would have had full pips, but that's the way it goes. Pressuring him again, playing some footsies here, and then I could just walk back out of range and go into lasers again. Fulgore just controls the screen against Wolf super well. He doesn't really have to overcommit to anything. He does find the hit in neutral, though, and that's going to get the life bar, and he does have the corner here. But I'm also working on my last pip. I do still have the Instinct available. I spent some of that meter to go into Shadow Opener, which is a lot of damage. I go straight into the heavies because I haven't done that yet. Teleport out of the way, go for that laser. Yeah, I've stopped the run how many times now? I have to take his pressure here. I pop the Instinct, and I get the grab. This is really good for Fulgore. Now I get to control the screen even more so. Throw those slow fireballs. Those are essentially obstacles. Those are ways for me to stop him from getting in, and then I can build, you know, more pips with the charge. I can throw more fireballs to get more chip. It's, you know, my pick of the litter at that point. Not a whole lot he could have done there. I got the laser confirming to Ultra. Start of the next match here. Get the launcher ender early. Start establishing some mix-ups. Go for a meaty overhead. Super annoying to deal with. I tried to check him out of that overpower, but I was just out of the range with my jab. He does have great range on his jab, but I was just a little too far back. Something like a crouching medium punch or something probably would have reached instead. Would have been the better call. He does have me in the corner here, and he does have a life lead. This is great positioning for him, but I do manage to get out of the corner. So he's going to reset with the Corpse Dash to get the positioning back again. This is the safe jump. I did test it, and it actually wasn't perfectly timed, so I did get a punish on the jump in there. But he does ultimately get the life bar, and he's going to waste all my instinct here with these delayed combos into a wall splat, into a delayed walk-up throw, and now I have no instinct for this next life bar. I will get a second one, and I do have a bar to work with, but the screen is ultimately his right now. I do find my way out, get an opening in neutral, get the knockdown, double teleport, go to the other side, keep the combo extended here, and I know I can kill with the launcher ender, so I will get an extra hit to build my spin speed. No breaks there from him. That was probably not a good call. He could have forced the instinct in that first life bar and really pressured me while I didn't have a whole lot of resources. He does manage to jump right over a fireball. That's something Sabrewulf can do. A little risky. Could have DP'd it, could have blocked and punished. I am going to go for the shadow counter attempt here, and unfortunately, he didn't shadow counter my shadow counter. That would have been the right thing to do. Does hit 5 times no matter what. Go for that laser, and I punish the whiff recovery of the overhead. Dash up, get some more plus frames, testing him. Go for the DP to see if that was the heavy or the medium ragged edge, and it was. I did get a punish on that. Heavy linker, heavy double, light linker goes uncontested. I didn't feel like I needed to break. I didn't feel like I was in any danger. And I tested him there because I called him out on that. I wanted to see if he was going to go for that dash up again, and he did. I sensed he was going to do that earlier in the set, but I didn't try it till the end, and it ended up working. That's going to be it for this analysis video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be doing more of these. And once again, don't forget, guys, you guys can head over to patreon.com/ultratechuniversity. This is my Patreon service where I teach people how to play Killer Instinct through my private Discord server. It has a ton of tech videos in there, exclusive content that I'm not going to be posting anywhere on my YouTube channel. It's just going to be for the Patreon. You guys can join my monthly tournaments as well as my weekly lobbies, and you guys can learn how to play Killer Instinct through me. So head over to the Patreon today. Thanks for watching.